Hey everybody, how are you? I knew I was forgetting something. Alright, here we go. Let me turn my mic down a little bit. I know it's been a little hot lately. How's everybody doing today? Today's a great day to code, and it's awesome day to code with you. I'm John the Unwise Geek, and let's get started on banging our head against the wall that is the YouTube API. I see Yannick is, let's see, Starfleet 1701 Heavy, cleared for takeoff, DS9, wow, however that goes. But, hey Yannick, how are you today? Glad to have you with us. So, working a bit on what we were talking about yesterday, by the way, I have, for the most part, everything I need for the YouTube chat to be directed into the Twitch channel, in addition to what we see out there on the, on-screen. And, oh, glad, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear you got a cold. That stinks, man. Hydrate. I know it's kind of a, oh, what is it called when something's over? It's kind of a cliche. It's kind of a cliche, but yeah, hydrate. That's good though. No COVID. Perfect. So let's see. So yeah, gonna work on a little bit of the chat integration again today, and just to get that squared away. Now, I am going to be working a little bit in the Geekbot, and I apologize to my wife in advance for that, because, yeah, it is a bit of her niche at the moment. Was working on a bot. She's doing some streams on it, but I won't stay too long in this. The way I'm essentially doing it, let's see, Mom was sick this week, and of course now they're gone. I got it on the last day. Oh, okay, well, hot tea and lemon. I hope it's not too much in your throat. Those stink. So, let's see. Oh, and I have given the Geekbot a little bit of a voice.
The Geekbot is online.
So, when I have it turned on, and then hey, there we go. Now let's see if it actually gets connected to YouTube. Let's see. If I go to... where did that go? Restream IO channel. Here we go. Well, let's see if that actually works. I could click on view event here and give it a moment to load. These are not flattering thumbnails at all. It picks the weirdest times to Now what's supposed to happen is, yeah, it's supposed to flash up on the screen over there. But it's also supposed to be forwarded into the hey, there it is. No, wait, no, that's not it. It's supposed to also be forwarded into the Twitch chat as well. So not only do we have it up on the screen, but we also have people conversing between the two platforms, and I think that would be very cool. So let's see where we might be going wrong. Be in a few different things. It could be the YouTube listener, which is quite a possibility if it's not sending to MQTT the way it's supposed to. Matter of fact, I really don't think it is. It's so essentially what it is, it's going to publish a dictionary with the author of the message and the message content as a string to the YT chat MQTT topic. And then from there it gets picked up by Geekbot and then forwarded from there. So yeah, so I see they're not being forwarded to the MQTT topic. I worked on this at like 4 a.m. last night, so I might have missed a step. So let's go ahead and for C in chat get, we're gonna go ahead and MQTT publish, and let's see what we need for that. Again, we need the author and the message. So it's C author name, C content, I think, C dot message. Save that. We'll go ahead and rerun the YouTube listener, which I think is over in another terminal at the moment. Yep. Grab my event key here. Alright, let's see how that worked. Okay, so I have a YouTube listener saying that YouTube chat is connected to Twitch chat. So let's send something on YouTube to see what happens. Alright, so we have tests coming in through YouTube. Ah, there we go. So Geekbot in the Twitch channel does send over... Oh, yes. Yay! Alright, that's awesome. So, yeah, so ultimately the learning here is that it's still a new utility, so I need to get it sorted out into my Kapla. I need to get it sorted out into my startup script and get that working the way it should be, so that's squared away. So now what I need to do is I need to pull in messages from YouTube and then inject, or excuse me. So YouTube is there and it's going into Twitch. I need to pull messages from Twitch and inject them into YouTube. So, let's see, YouTube, chat, Python library. Let's see if we have anything going for that first. PYT chat. Oh, Python YouTube chat. Okay, that makes sense. So there's a few different options here. Customizable chat data processors. So let's see what some of these mean. So I think PYT chat, it really is only for receiving. It probably just scrapes and it doesn't do anything to actually inject into YouTube. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is good for receiving the chat and getting it running. That's great. We're going to have a problem with adding chat back to YouTube from Twitch using this library. Shame. Okay, so let's look at the second result here on YouTube. It's Python YouTube chat. So we have, let's see how this readme is working. So Python, so you would run python get oauth token.py, follow the instructions to generate a credentials file. That's straightforward enough. And then import YouTube from YouTube live chat, import YouTube live chat, get live chat ID for stream now, live chat ID, chat object. Okay, so for message and messages, delete message temp ban. Okay. I don't think I want to do that. Ban ID equals message permaban. Wow. Alright. Okay, chat object, send message, response. That's kind of what I'm aiming for right there. So looks like this is working asynchronously. It starts the chat object, then it subscribes to chat messages using respond as the callback function. And then finally at the end of the day it stops the chat object. This is interesting right here. It calls a while true, sleeps for 0.1 seconds, and then what? It just keeps sleeping. Maybe chat object is threaded. So, okay, so this is pretty straightforward. I like what this looks like so far. So I kind of wonder if I should bring over YouTube Listener to this particular library, keep that old library which we know works well, and then just use this library to leverage Twitch chat, to basically crowbar Twitch chat over into YouTube. That's a good question. I don't know. Let's take a look at how it's working, what things look like. If I can get the same content that the other library provides with this would be fine. This would be fine. This is okay. So let's take a look. I don't know if this is in... I don't know if this is in pip. So let's try that. Python dash YouTube chat. Nope. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and download this. There we go. So let's go ahead and run setup pi. Or not. Alright, so this is saying from setup tools, import setup YouTube chat, packages YouTube chat. Install requires OAuth client 2, Python date util, and HTTP lib 2. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install those manually because it looks like setup pi is not working right. Or I'm not using setup pi right, considering that I've never used, well, I don't think I've ever used setup pi to actually create a library or install a library. Thankfully, I think I can fake it till I make it. So we'll paste. I'm going to pip3 install. I'm in my virtual environment, so even though I'm running this outside of that main directory, it's still going to install in the correct libraries for this virtual environment. So let's see what's next. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and copy YouTube chat to projects, OBS button box, OBS button box YT listener, venv, lib. You know, let's just move it here for the moment, or not. All right, now let's do, oof. Wow, that's a little rough. That's bright. All right, so going into, might be a little hard to see right here, but I'm going into the site packages of the virtual environment in Midnight Commander, which is a text-based or a curses-based file manager. So I think it's F6 to move. No, it's not letting me. Alright, so exit out of that. And we're going to do this in an actual terminal. I knew better than that too. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. So I'm going to go ahead and go into YouTube chat. No, actually, I'm sorry. Going to go into VM, lib, Python, site packages. I'm going to tab back over to this window over here. Hit F6 to rename and move. And okay. Yeah, you know, Ranger does work a lot like Mac OS Finder. I love this because this works like there used to be a file manager in MS-DOS, and it looked almost exactly like this, and it's a nostalgia trip every time I get to use Midnight Commander. All right, so there we go. We have it in our packages now. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have a hello wife, how are you? You want to see something cool? So let's see. So now anything that gets sent to YouTube is sent to the Twitch channel. Now I'm working on going the other way around. So anything that's sent to the Twitch channel, aside from YouTube comments, are sent to the YouTube channel. I have to be very careful because there could be loops here that are strange and noisy. So we got that going. No, we don't have that going yet. We're going back into YT listener where we're in the VM. I'm gonna go just open a regular Python interpreter. I'm gonna import YouTube chat. Yay, it works. Good. So that library installed. Yeah, it's not just disrupt the space-time continuum, rip it a new belly button. Yeah, don't want to do that. Basically, I'm trying not to do anything that's gonna get either Twitch or YouTube to look at me and say, dude, what you doing? And then, you know, smite me, as they want to do. So, I'd like to avoid that, so I'm being very careful not to cause any loops, yes. So good, we have this new library in here. Let's play around with it a little bit and see what we can pull off. I'm gonna go ahead, wait, do I have... Yeah, I have this playing in another area, so... I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little less noisy for right now because I'm gonna be actively developing on this. I'm gonna have to stop and restart it a few times, so it would be better off if I don't have to spam the channel with that. So we'll pass on these two functions. And up here, I'm going to go ahead and import YouTube chat. Didn't catch it, but that's okay. So let's take a look at their quick start again. Okay, so we need to generate a tokens file. What does get OAuth token entail? Okay, so import web browser, HTTP lib2 OAuth 2 client. Yeah, you're okay with a little spam, but it could get noisy considering how fast these have to iterate to keep chat pretty real time. It could get very noisy very quick. And and especially since, you know, you have a message on Twitch, which becomes a message on YouTube and a message on Twitch. which becomes 2 messages on YouTube and 2 messages on Twitch, back onto Twitch, and it just kind of echoes back and forth, but instead of it getting lower, it gets higher. It's like a kind of DDoSing myself with an amplification attack. So let's not do that. Okay, so it says import web browser, import HTTP lib2, OAuth 2 client, OAuth 2 client file storage, and if not has attribute built-ins, it takes raw input equals input. Flow from client secrets, client secrets JSON scope. It sets the scopes for the YouTube API. Okay, so then it's just gonna go ahead and redirect me. Okay, good. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab this. Oop. Just get the raw text. All right, and I'm gonna go into here. What do they call it here? Where's the damn file name? Oh, get OAuth token.py. We'll save that. And let's go ahead and run this. Okay, so we're missing a... Oh, okay, no we're not. We're just opening up terminals we don't need. Okay, so this is giving us an error. Hear ye. Man DDoSes himself debugging chatbots on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah. And you know damn well they're not misspelling my name. You'll say I've earned it though. One Unwise Geek DDoSes himself doing stupid things with chatbots. Let's see, do I need to... Do I need to have that pre-created? Is that what's the issue here? Nope, it's trying to decode and it's not going to. Yeah, right? Yeah, watch me blunder my way into Metasploit or something. So let's take a look at this getOff token. So whenever I'm running this getOff token, it's expecting the credentials JSON file to have something in it already, but it clearly doesn't. So if that has attribute built in, yeah, so flat. Yeah. So this isn't exactly right. So let's see what they look like. Oh, you know what? I think I need to go into the Google API to no, I shouldn't. I should just be able to log in through... God, how did I do this before? Okay, yeah, no luck. How do I get a Google API key? Alright, so one of these should have a link to the... Yeah, Cloud Console. I think that's what it's called. No, that's in Google Maps. Let's see, developers.google.com, is that what it is? Is it console.google.com or... consolecloud.google.com? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, not this one. There we go. There we go. No, I don't think that's it. That's for cloud. Oh, it's okay. console.developers.google.com. That was it. Okay. Okay, so no, it still goes console.cloud.google.com from there. Oh, we'll create project, right. We'll call it the YT listener. No organization. Yeah, I got there eventually. I recognize this now, credentials, OAuth consent screen, and all that. I had to use the OAuth consent screen one, and I wanted to use Google's OAuth to sign into a web app that I did. Alright, select project. I think it's through credentials. And at this point is when I'm going to go ahead and take this off screen. Be right back, y'all. Alright, I think we go through credentials. No, that's not it. Yeah, it has changed every 3 months. So, okay, so credentials, do I need just an API key? Or do I need I don't think I need a service account. Yeah, okay, so I'm creating the consent screen now, although why I need this I have no idea. Yeah, I shouldn't need this at all. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab an example of the client secret JSON. So now it's asking me for scopes. It looks like the code is asking for, or at least the get OAuth token. Hey, it worked. Cool. So one of the things I did add to the bot is these little link drops every so often. I think it's like every 30 minutes so it doesn't get too noisy. But yeah. What I need to do is also break those out into separate bang commands, like bang Twitter and bang GitHub, to just drop the link on demand. So it looks like it wants the YouTube auth scope and the SSL scope. So YouTube starts with a Y, so it's probably going to be all the way at the back of this list. It's not. Oh, manually add scopes too. Great. Okay. We'll update that. That's good. And we'll save and continue. Now I need to add test users, I guess. And save and continue. And summary. I think this is it. So that was a OAuth consent screen for what that was worth. I could have swore I remember there was a way to just get a client ID. Very few actual backflips needed to be accomplished, but here I am, flipping my brains out. Alright, so create credentials. OAuth client ID. Okay. Application type. I guess it would be a desktop app because it's primarily dealing with the web API, but it's for YouTube. Oh, we'll call it a desktop app. It's running on a desktop. Alright, and I'll call it YT listener. Okay, I think I have that created. That's awesome. Alright. So once again, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off the screen now and go ahead and edit it in a console. Alright, so client ID, I'm filling it in the client ID right now. That is huge. Fill in the client secrets now. Now, it looks like there is a certain redirect URL that OAuth specifies, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that out of here. Copy that, paste there. Now, the auth URI and the scope URI or the token URI, I have no idea about. So we'll see there. So let's save this so far. We're gonna just write it out. And let's go ahead and try to run this again. Okay, so it opened up an OAuth screen for me. I think I'm safe pulling that over onto the... Yep, so I'm going to pick my account I use for the YouTubes. Then... Yep, I'm going to select John the Unwise Geek. Oh, okay. So you've been given access to this app that's currently being tested. You should only continue if you know the developer that invited you. I think he's an untrustworthy sort, but I'm going to hit continue anyway because this is not going to be the first stupid thing I do on the internet. And won't be the last either. So, YOLO! Alright, and we're going to, allow that. It's probably fine. Copy this code, switch to your application, and paste it there. Alright, I probably shouldn't have. Yeah. Uh-oh. So, I have gotten a flow exchange error. Invalid client unauthorized. Wonder if this is because it's a in testing application. I don't know. But one thing I do know is it gave me the option to download a JSON file. And yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just copy that and copy it into client secrets. and get on with my day. This is probably gonna be fine. Yeah. Totally. Alright, YT listener, client secret Jason. Save that. Alright. Alright, now let's see what we can do now. Now we have that mostly squared away, I think. So we will go ahead and, well, let's see what it looks like when we do what the quick start says we should do. So let's pull this in. We're going to create the chat object in the interpreter. Python 3. All right, hang on one second, y'all. All right, I'm back. Okay. All right. Heard myself a weird little noise out in the living room, so I just wanted to make sure everything was all right. Let's go ahead and paste this in. Ooh. All right, so live chat ID is not found. So let's see where we went a little wrong here. So from time import sleep, that's perfectly fine. From YouTube chat, import YouTube live chat. Get live chat ID for stream now. Great. Now live chat ID equals get live chat ID for stream now. OAuth creds. Now why didn't that work? So it's given a none type object. So none type object has no attribute authorized. All right, so what are the other ways it tries to do this? So get live chat ID for stream now. So let's look in YouTube chat. Any? No. Okay. Get chat ID for stream now. All right. So, oh, okay. So the argument it's supposed to take is credential file. So going back over into YT listener, YouTube, and it's going to be client secrets.json, which didn't work either. So where did that go wrong? So in live chat ID for stream now, credential storage get, return locked get, content, client pi, key error module. Okay, so do I not have OAuth 2 client? No, I already did. Alright, let's try that again. Maybe give it a path. No, it's still coming back with the error. Alright. Line 72 in get live chat ID for stream now. So on line 72, credentials equals storage get. It as the first argument, it takes credential file. Storage equals storage credential file. and then credentials equals storage get, but that's where it's failing. Now, why is it failing that? Then in the OAuth 2 client Pi on line 407, it returns self-locked get. And credentials equals client.credentials new from JSON content. But then the module name equals data module. Well, yeah. 302. Let me pull this off the screen for a moment. My problem with debugging it in VS Code right now would be I don't want to expose anything that shouldn't be exposed, as far as, you know, client ID and shit like that. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so the client secrets that I copied in from Google was just a little strange. How do I fix this? Okay, I just remove that. That should square it away. Alright, let's see how this worked. Okay, so it's something wrong with this. It's this module named data module. It's not an error with JSON. All right, let's see if anybody else who uses OAuth has had this issue before. Okay, so it's basically dark orange male cat. What? All right, my chat just got weird, y'all. I'm so confused right now. Anyway, yeah, this is basically it right here. Module equals data module. In the 2.7, I guess, in Python 2.7, I guess there is a few more lines than this. So let's see. Let's see. So it's apparently it was due to not storing valid OAuth 2 credentials, service accounts. Happened when working on separate branches for testing locally and merging with production. So OAuth 2 client is trying to load credentials from a JSON file with an incorrect structure. Maybe the Ruby client uses a different file format. It might be dark pink and dark orange. Not better. Not better at all. So maybe the Ruby client uses a different file format, but I'd be surprised. And you're sure you didn't save client secret JSON as credentials Gmail quick start JSON accidentally. Regardless, removing that and re-authenticating will generate a new credentials file with the correct structure. Okay. I wish this get would just work. That would be nice. Ah, okay. Let's try this again. Oh, you know what? I didn't check those the last time. That might have been my problem right there. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and go back into Python 3 from YouTube. Client secrets. Brrrah. Okay, that works, but that doesn't. What? Okay, so go back into the credential library, and someone mentioned service accounts. I don't know if that's exactly what we're looking for though. No, that doesn't look right at all. Nope. Okay. So that's the right way to do the credential. It looks like I have that squared away. Issue we're running into is that it seems to be saved in the wrong format. It just looks like JSON to me. Let's see. Installed. Yep, client ID. Project ID. Auth URI. Token URI. Auth provider cert URL. Client secret. And redirect URIs. This looks 100% correct. I wish you gave a little more detail of what exactly is wrong with it. Let's try the rest of this error code to see if we could figure out what's up with that. Let's see if we can find one a little more recent. Here's the issue right here. That's the exact issue. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if this is for Python too. Let's look at their quick start again. This is gonna fail. Oh, so it created a new file called OAuth creds. Okay, I don't have this in. So let's try Python 3 with what we now know. Instead of use the JSON file, we'll use OAuth creds. Ooh, hold on. Let's see. It says YouTube Data API v3 has not been used in project before, or it is disabled. Enable it by visiting console, developer, YouTube, Google APIs. Then retry. If you enabled this API recently, that could be problematic. Alright, let's see what Google has to say about this. Now, I did add it to the scope, so it should at least be selected that way. Ah, okay, so I have to actually enable the API. That's interesting. Alright, we'll give it a minute. No, we won't. We're running this now. Oh, okay, hold on. That's rich. User is not enabled for live streaming. That's literally the user I'm using right now. Let's see. YouTube live chat error. User is not... I mean, that is the one I'm using right now, right? Uno momento, por favor. Chicken in the pot? No, I ended up using my own key. Chicken in the pot. You have the weirdest code words ever. No, so I did overwrite the example key with my own that was provided by the developers. I'm wondering if maybe I got this from the wrong account. Like, I'm using the account johntheunwisegeek@gmail.com, which is what I'm sure I'm streaming under. I'm just double checking that right now. Oh yeah. Maybe that's what they mean by it takes a little bit to get the API up and running the way it's supposed to. Let's try it one more time just to see what happens. Yeah, same thing. Not enabled. But the user definitely is. Yeah, for Pasole. Yes, actual chicken, actual pot, actually dead. Which will be soon actually cooked. And quite delicious with the little hot sauce. If it ain't dead, it ain't happy. Oh my gosh. On the Unwise Geek. Let me try to authenticate again. Maybe I picked the wrong account to actually... Continue. Oh yeah, we're allowing that. Pasting that. Clearing this. Let's try that again. Alright, from... Hey! That was it! So yeah, I... Okay, so evidently, only thing I did different was I selected the YouTube account, which is my YouTube account name, rather than the Gmail address. So maybe that had something to do with it. But if I print live chat ID, okay, cool. All right, so that's awesome. So that's gonna start working now. Let's take a look at the so you start with that did 2 deserve a cheer sound. That was progress, and cheering is the sound of progress, as opposed to the sound of anti-progress, which is this. That means we're going back because we're going in the wrong direction, aka not progressing. Alright, so... Okay, so let's copy this. And I'm going to go ahead and do this in a different window. Just because, again, I'm kind of dancing around exposing critical information here. So I will stay in this screen for as little time as possible. Basically what I'm doing is this right here. But what I'm basically doing is printing what's coming in for messages, just so I can see what I'm working with. Okay, so this is saying invalid syntax. Why? Oh, because if it's a try, there has to be an accept. Or it can just be finally. Alright, so that didn't work for some reason. Let's just chat object start, and then chat object subscribe, chat message respond. All right, now what happens when we send a chat message? Okay, so when I print just message, it just gives me what the message is, but it doesn't tell me what who the author is. So, not going to be super helpful for that. But what if I can leverage this, use what I have working, just already working. Let me take a look at the library again, and so YouTube live chat, and then YouTube live chat, there should be a send maybe? Send message. Okay. So let's see, can I do this? Chat obj send message testing. So it's missing a positional argument live chat ID. Now I have live chat ID saved in a variable called live chat ID. Now did that get sent to YouTube? Seems to be trying to. Alright, so let's do this. Let's bring this down. Bring that up. And I'm going to bring this over here so we can share what's going on. So I'm using chat object send message. I'm trying to send testing to the live chat ID. Should work fine, but it finishes quickly, but it doesn't actually ever make it over to YouTube. That's hilarious. So there's a few SSL errors, but that has nothing to do with what I just sent. Yeah, evidently I'm missing nothing of importance in chat. Except Yannick is like doing some kind of John Malkovich thing. Or is either John Travolta and or Nicolas Cage from Face Off. Although that was more surgical and less Bond villainy. Alright, so let's try something else then. There's the live chat API. Okay, so if we use the live chat API, okay, so we will import live chat API. From YouTube chat. Cannot import name live chat API from YouTube chat. I am spelling it wrong. Oh yeah, API is little letters. Import live chat API. Very good. All right. So let's go ahead and instantiate a live chat API object. And then what do I actually need? I need a live chat ID. I have a live chat ID. So let's just call it chat. Oh, wait a minute. Wow. Okay, that was like seriously delayed. That was really delayed. So chat equals live chat API HTTP. What? So evidently when you instantiate this object, you need something. What are you doing with Allen wrenches? What else did you order from Target? Oh my gosh. HTTP. What is HTTP going to be? So it's the only thing that uses it is live chat API. Now what is it used for? The live chat messages insert, URL, all that stuff. Snippet. Oh, that's what made a loud noise. Okay. You sure you don't need an extra set of hands with that? I can help you with that. Yeah, so it's taking HTTP. It's not actually doing anything with a variable called HTTP. At least not that I could see. If only I had a way to... Oh, okay, so I could I'll just put localhost there for now. Alright, so let's go chat. Live chat message insert. And then the live chat. I guess this is a live chat message, either text or... So chat, live chat, shoot, chat message insert. Maybe it's just text. Hopefully it's just text. This is a live chat message. Okay, live chat API object has no attribute. Live chat message insert. So def live chat, oh, messages. Okay, string object has no attribute request. So what is it requesting? So insert URL. So it's JSON request. Let's see what else is in the documentation for this. We'll look at example pi. Maybe there's something in the example pi for that. Nope. Okay, really, it's gonna just be me going through the source code to figure this out. Funsies. Oh, you again. All right. Oh, that's right. I have YT listener down right now. Okay. So let's see. So it's using self HTTP as part of a JSON request. This is URLs already elsewhere. Alright, well, I'll have to look into that a little more. Okay, so there we go. Go to Python 3 again. Import YouTube chat. Let's import the whole thing. Yeah. All right. Pull this over here to the side then. Okay, so live chat message is an object type. Text snippet. Author, I don't need any of that. Alright, so let's try this under YouTube live chat object again. So we're gonna go ahead and get our live stream token again. Not our token, our ID, whatever that might be. We'll do this one. Oh. There we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and say chat equals YouTube chat. YouTube live chat. Oh, missing a credential file name, which would be OAuth creds, and live chat ID, which I don't have yet. Oh, yes, I do have live chat ID. There we go. So page token's not valid. Okay. Page token not valid. Do I need a reauth maybe? If I have to reauth every time I use this library, that's gonna be it. That's gonna get to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, so that's part of the chat library. There's no way to show the emotes per se, so it just goes right to the text. It's going to do the same for YouTube too. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of way around it. Not that I found anyway. Let's give it this code again. Clear that. Python 3. Exactly. So import YouTube chat, then live chat ID, OAuth creds. Alright, then chat equals YouTube chat, YouTube live chat, OAuth creds, and okay, page token is not valid again. Right. So this is definitely the right way to go about getting the token though, right? So I'm using get live chat ID for stream now. Go off creds. Yep. So when I run chat object equals YouTube chat, YouTube YouTube live chat. OAuth creds. Live chat ID. There. Oh. Hold on. YouTube chat has no attribute YouTube live chat. Oh, but I think it does. I capitalized the wrong C entirely. There we go. Page token not valid. Only other thing I realized is in the example they passed it through as a list. Yeah, okay, that was it. Bah. Alright, so, alright, so we're gonna go ahead and chat object start chat object subscribe chat message respond, though I don't have respond actually defined yet, so I'm gonna def respond messages chat ID, then print message delete, and that should be it. Alright, so then chat object subscribe chat message respond. Alright, slowly but surely I am really learning this library, and I'm actually going to be able to leverage it to do something pretty good. Alright, so I got that there. I go back into this stream, test with a couple of S's and a couple T's. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we had an event happen, but it's saying message is not defined, which means I probably did something to typo my okay, so yeah, messages. So I'm going to def respond, and then I'm going to print messages, then messages delete. And that'll be it. So now go ahead and join again. And try again. Name message not defined. Well, bollocks. Let's try this. So messages, chat ID, messages, delete. Good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and resend this subscribe chat message with respond, and then I'm gonna join. List has no attribute delete. Fine, so just print the darn thing. Which it did. That's cool. There. Alright. Still it didn't do anything to give me like author information or anything like that. So I don't think it's going to be a solid replacement for the other library that we're already using. The other library we're already using doesn't actually send anything. So we're going to see if we could leverage this thing that just sends stuff. Let's check on chat real quick. I understand you're about to go to bed in a few minutes, Yannick. Well, I appreciate you coming out. And by the time you see me again in the next stream, we should have this YouTube chat working across to Twitch and then vice versa, which I think would be very cool. Our podcast. How you doing, Eric? Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Yes. Happy New Year. So what we're working on right now is we're working on bridging the gap between Twitch and YouTube. Right now we have all the chat that comes into YouTube showing up in the Twitch channel. For the most part, I don't have the listener up and running yet, but it's there. Now what I'm working on is getting Twitch chats to show up in the YouTube live chat, so we can actually have two platforms over restreaming actually talking to each other, which, you know, knowing YouTube may or may not be a good thing. We'll see. So yeah, let's see what else we could accomplish here. We're gonna go ahead and let's take a look at send messages. Now there's a way to do a chat object, send message, and then it has something called chat ID. Chat ID comes in with the response, but it doesn't look like you can actually send a message with it. But we're gonna go into the we're gonna go ahead and go into the library and see what else we have available for this particular method, or for this particular class rather, which I think was the live chat API. Let me double check that. YouTube live chat. Okay, so here's YouTube live chat. Threading, live chat IDs, message queue, storage, credentials. All right. So the methods we have available are start, join, stop, run, get moderator, set moderator, send message, underscore send message, whatever that means, and subscribe chat message. Here's the problem. To send a message, we need a live chat ID. Oh, duh. Okay. So chat object, send underscore message, testing, live chat ID. Well, it didn't fly off a cliff. Oh, okay. So there it is. So it's a little bit slower than Twitch did, but that is still worth some shit. Yeah. All right. So I got the general idea of what I need to do to get this working. So what I need to do, since this is going to be from Twitch going to YouTube listener, you know, I wonder if I should just keep YouTube listener strictly a listener and then incorporate the sending of messages to YouTube into the bot. So that automatically handles receiving messages. You know what? No, I'm not. So let me double check that MQTT is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that's all there. What I need to do is also set up a receiver for MQTT. So not hard at all. So I have one set up in the Geekbot already. It's going to connect and it's going to do loop start, which is a non-blocking loop. I'm going to grab this though. On message. Just call it MQTT on connect. And then MQTT on message. Now these are both. Could I do some kind of regex filtering? On where? Where do you mean? I could. I'm not entirely sure where that would be best done from. So then we're going to go ahead and define MQTT connect. Loop start I already brought. On connect and on message are what we're doing with next. All right, so I'm gonna define only once though. On connect and on message. There we go. It's going to be called MQTT on connect and MQTT on message. So what this is saying is basically that, okay, we have connected to the MQTT. We're going to look for TW chat instead of YT chat. So basically what I'm going to do is whenever the bot gets anything from Twitch and it is an actual legitimate text message, or to stop infinite loops connecting to the chat. Well, so what I'm going to do is be very careful about when whatever can access the channel. So essentially only one thing is ever going to be able to access YouTube, which is the YouTube listener. Only one thing is ever going to access the Twitch, which will be the Geekbot, and never the two shall meet, except they'll be able to pass nodes through the fence through MQTT. So there's some separation there of what is possible. So I think I understand what you're saying there. So basically what you're saying is when Geekbot sends something to YouTube and then YouTube listener posts it, Geekbot doesn't pick it back up through MQTT and gets it. Yeah, that's totally what's going to happen. I understand what you're saying now. We wouldn't use regex per se because regex is complex pattern matching. We're actually going to just do what's called lazy matching, which is what you normally find in an if statement and a while statement or any really conditional you'll find. But that very good, very good. MQTTC. All right. Okay, payload is gonna evaluate the payload. Now what are we gonna do with this payload? Right, so this is gonna be receiving Twitch messages, and it's gonna be the author and the message. Now instead of showing YouTube here, we're going to say Twitch. We're gonna see Twitch here. Now what are we gonna do then? So once we receive a message, okay, has anybody seen my Twitter link recently? Because I see that same GitHub thing again. But it's supposed to go back and forth between Twitter and, oh yeah, follow John on Twitter. Cool, that worked. So yeah, that part is working. The link drops are going back and forth between Twitter and GitHub. Awesome. I like how that's coming together. Okay, so rather than appending it to a message queue, which I had to do for the Geekbot, because how it's basically an asynchronous task inside of asynchronous tasks. So that was a little confusing, and that was my solution, was creating a message queue in the Geekbot to receive messages, and then every second or so go through the list of messages it receives and then print them out to Twitch. We don't have to do this here because it's just going through its thing. So on receive, what it's going to do, we need to set up the YouTube chat. So the chat object equals live. How do we do this down here? I forget already. Right. So we need the chat ID first. Live chat ID equals YouTube chat get live chat ID for stream now. Whoever created that function wanted to break fingers. There we go. All right, so now we have, we need to set up the chat object. Chat object equals YouTube chat, YouTube live chat, OAuth creds, and then live chat ID. Alright, so that's gonna do that. Then we're gonna have to do chat start, chat object start. And we don't need to subscribe to the messages, although we can. It's just going to print them out here. Although if we do that, we're going to have to set up a response. We don't necessarily want to do that. So we'll go ahead and just click start, or we'll just have start there. And then let's see, let's find that send message that worked. Here we go. So once we get an MQTT message with an author and payload, so on and so forth, what we're then going to do is right. So just going to go message equals f string and then all of that stuff. Then down here, message will equal f string, which will just consist of payload message. So basically, if anything comes in without an author, it's treated as a system message. So that makes it a little more utilitarian and helpful to me. All right, so we've received an MQTT message from the Geekbot, although we don't know it's from the Geekbot. It has an author and it has a payload. It's going to set up a message where it says Twitch, author, payload, and then the message and whatnot. Otherwise, it's just going to send the message as if it's from the Geekbot. So now what we need to do is chat object, send message. It'll be message with live chat ID. Do we need live? Yeah. Okay, so it's just the live chat ID. It's not a list like it is up here. All right, so from there, once we have those two defined, it's not going to work because we have that up there. I'm going to pull this back down here. And we'll avoid ourselves a error. I could actually even go a little further because it will make even a lot more sense down here. Once all the video ID is done stuff, great. So we'll start the chat here, or we'll connect to MQTT here, and then we'll start going through the song and dance of getting connected to the URL. All right. So, matter of fact, since we have this already, let me take a look at one more thing. I might be able to make something a little more streamlined in YouTube Listener. So get, oh, wait a minute. Okay, here we are. So get top stream chat IDs, not that. Get live chat ID for stream now. Get live chat ID for broadcast ID. Channel ID to name. So let's see what this get live chat ID for broadcast ID actually returns us. Oh, well, we need the broadcast ID. Oh, so that just returns the broadcaster, the chat ID of the broadcaster. Basically my own account, so not helpful. Zero snippet title. Channel ID to name. What I wish I could do is basically get what the URL would be with this library, because yeah. All right, so let's move on. Let's go ahead and give this a try then. YouTube listener. Oh, okay. Let's quit out of that. Release me. There we go. Wow. Okay. So we'll go Python 3. IT listener. Okay, so request cannot be completed because you have exceeded your quota. Holy crap. Really? Okay, gotta wonder what the quota is. So projects that enable the YouTube Data API have a default quota allocation of 10,000 units per day. Okay. A read operation that retrieves a list of resources, channels, videos, playlists usually costs 1 unit. Oh, if I've been doing that over and over and over, I guess 10,000 is not a hard number to reach. Well, crap. Alright. Well, I think I'm done with this one then. So I might need to do some more research because that is... So here's the quota cost for each API message, or API... What am I actually doing? Channels list. Events list. Yeah, see, that's fine, but it doesn't show anything about quotas for live chat. So here are the methods for each of the resources, and it doesn't list live chats. So perhaps there is no quota? Nah. There's got to be a quota on that. So, trick would be finding what... So it's using YouTube live chat. Let's see. We find send message. Alright, so send message is using text message event. There's no text message event here either. Is there a V4 YouTube API maybe? Nope. Then there shouldn't be a quota there. Alright, so maybe that's an error somehow. So let's go ahead and run this and see what we have happening here. Is it set to send the message? Yep. Chat object send message live chat ID. Alright, so Python 3 YT listener.py. Okay, so what is it actually failing to do? It's failing to get the live chat for stream. Now, great. Alright, well, I guess the YouTube API is gone kaput. I don't know if I trust this library anymore. But let's see. So, okay, so here's the quota. I thought there was a... No, that's not it. Quota extension request. Yeah, I don't know why, but it is saying that the quota is blown, so let's see if we could still at least so we'll try live chat ID. We're going to accept for YouTube live chat error. Print, you blew the budget. Listening only. And then we'll turn around and say MQTT publish no author. Or, yeah, I gotta use, I think I have to actually use the word none. Let me look. Okay, here we go. So what I'll do is MQTT publish. Where did I put that? Behind an accept. Oh yeah, there it is. MQTT publish none. YouTube listener in listen mode only. No messages will be shared from Twitch to YouTube. Alright, we'll save that. Oh, YouTube live chat error is not defined. Okay, so it has to be YouTube chat, YT chat. There we go. That's the one. And it looks like MQTT publish. Oh, that's right, because it's not. There we go. Save that. Alright, so we're going to be listening only. Let's go ahead and put in the video ID. It's going to be this one right here. Okay, so we're connected to Twitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and send something to YouTube chat. Okay. Alright, so that's still coming into... Okay, so yeah, as I expected, the API is failing with just that one particular type. Blew the quota in testing, I guess. I'm gonna have to figure a little more about that. But we have the video listening, the listener working. Yeah, that's about as best as I think I could have done. I am gonna add OAuth creds to the git ignore here, because I don't think that's something I want to send to GitHub. Same thing with client secrets. Client secrets.json. There we go. And yeah, I think that's good. We'll go ahead and get this sent up to get OAuth token and YT listener. Now we're gonna go ahead and call this added functionality for sending messages to YouTube. Needs further testing. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and sync that up. Yeah, good. Cool. So there we go. That was it. We're gonna have to work on a little more on the quota, see what's up with that. Maybe it was just testing. Maybe I got into some kind of infinite loop that sent too many API requests to Google at once, and they put the kibosh on me. So I think that'll be a great Wednesday stream. We did good. We still got a lot of cool stuff done. Yeah, so I appreciate y'all being here with me today. It's about 7:30 now. I welcome you to join me back again, 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, where I'll continue to work on this. Bridging the gap between YouTube and Twitch is still a huge priority for me, and I'd love to have you here while I do it. But as always, if you have any questions, send me a tweet. My link is all through the chat every 30 minutes or so, or you could check out down at the bottom of the channel at my Twitch page to get my Twitter handle. And yeah, and soon dinner. Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, and I will see you on Wednesday.